Hello and welcome back to the Nature Connection Challenge. The Red Admiral in my earlier video really had some important messages that I wanted to share with you. One of them is about the importance of having year-round food available. This is coming up to mid-February, so we're quite early in the season. And plants like this hellebore are really vital for filling the gap. But you know, just when we're thinking about wildlife gardening and thinking about you know, what needs to be here, one of the things that's really good is to be thinking about sort of through the seasons. You know, what food's available for the pollinators, and also, you know, so for example, the food plant of the caterpillars as well. That's very important because they're not necessarily the same plant, and particularly with butterflies, they can be very specific about the plant. Some butterflies and moths actually having only perhaps one or two food plants, and so the one or two species they will feed on. So really great if we're able to provide a sort of sufficient number of those to be supporting a population. And this goat willow hopefully will be keeping the bees happy in a few weeks too. So that was the first part, is about, you know, just thinking in terms of wildlife gardening and having year-round interest for the people, but also food available for the animals, and different things going on. This is all part of the diversity, that they're not overlapping completely. There's different plants are kind of coming into their own at different times, so that's really important. And the other lesson with the Red Admiral was that if I hadn't been out here connecting with nature, I would have missed them. I wouldn't have seen them, and I wouldn't have realised that there's a need for the food to be here, and there's and it's made me think about, you know, that there might be some gaps, there might be some plants that maybe need to be here to help them. Because there's not an awful lot in the garden in flower at the moment that would be of interest to them. So that's got me thinking a bit, but that's just showing one of the ways that nature connection is really important in wildlife gardening. That, you know, unless we're actually coming out and connecting, we'll miss it. And so just taking a few minutes is often enough. You know, just doing a little bit of noticing at different times of the day, and lots of inspiration. You know, lots of what I've been doing here in my wildlife garden has been just very much in response to you know, what nature's telling me. So I don't actually know the name of this plant. I'm going to have to look it up. But it was really clear the Red Admiral very much liked it, and it was. It's got a lovely scent. It's a very pretty plant, and it's one of the few that's in bloom at this time of year. So really nice to have it. It's actually my neighbour's plant. It's sort of popped over the fence to say hello. So that's just one of the ways that sort of nature connection really can be helpful with wildlife gardening. It also, I think, helps to motivate wildlife gardening, you know, and I'll talk some more about the connection between the two in future videos, but I thought I'd share that for today.